Watching live trading can be one of the most dangerous things for a beginner. Not because live traders are bad people, not because live trading itself is fake, but because beginners misunderstand what they are actually seeing, and that misunderstanding costs real money. When you first discover live trading, it feels like you've finally unlocked something real. You're no longer watching theory, you're watching money move. You're watching trades happen in real time. It feels raw, authentic, and exciting. You see someone enter a trade, talk through their thinking, and sometimes make money right in front of you. And your brain makes a very simple connection. If I watch this long enough, I'll learn how to trade. That feels logical, but it's also wrong. Because watching trading and learning trading are not the same thing. When you watch live trading, you see actions. You almost never see context. You don't see the years of experience behind the decision. You don't see the emotional discipline required to execute calmly. You don't see the full trading plan that exists before the stream even starts. You're seeing the surface of the iceberg, not what's underneath. And beginners confuse visibility with understanding. A live trader might enter a position and say, "This looks good." But you don't know how many similar trades they've taken before. You don't know how much risk they're willing to lose on this trade. You don't know how many losses they've already accepted that day, that week, or that month. You're watching a moment, not a system. This creates an illusion of learning. You feel like you're improving because you're exposed to trading constantly. But exposure without structure doesn't create skill. It creates confidence without foundation, and that's dangerous. Another major problem with live trading is that you only see what survives. You see the traders who are still around. You see the profitable days. You see the wins that are worth showing. You don't see the accounts that blew up and disappeared. You don't see the traders who quit quietly. You don't see the long stretches of losses that don't make good content. This is called survivorship bias. Your brain starts to believe that success is normal and frequent because that's what's visible. But trading success is not common, especially for beginners. Most beginners lose money, not because they're stupid, but because they underestimate how difficult this skill actually is. Live trading makes it look easy, and when something looks easy, beginners take risks they're not ready for. Now let's talk about FOMO, because this is where real damage starts. Fear of missing out is amplified by live trading more than almost anything else in trading education. When you watch a live stream, everything feels urgent. Price is moving right now. The trader is reacting right now. The chat is excited right now. Your brain doesn't want to be left behind. And instead of asking, "Is this a good trade for me?" you start thinking, "What if I miss this?" That shift is subtle, but it's deadly. Because once fear enters your decision-making, logic leaves. Beginners jump into trades late. They enter without confirmation. They ignore their rules. They trade sizes they shouldn't. Not because the setup is good, but because they're afraid of not being part of the move. Live trading turns the market into a performance and beginners into spectators who feel pressure to participate. That pressure doesn't exist when you're trading your own plan in silence. Another issue beginners don't realize is dopamine. Live trading is stimulating. There's constant movement, constant commentary, constant anticipation. Your brain gets rewarded just by watching, and soon you start craving action instead of accuracy. Beginners begin to believe that trading means doing something all the time. They feel uncomfortable when nothing is happening. They feel bored when there are no trades. But boredom is part of professional trading. Experienced traders spend most of their time waiting for levels, waiting for confirmation, waiting for conditions to align. If you need constant action to feel productive, trading will punish you. Live trading conditions beginners to seek stimulation, not precision. That's another reason it's dangerous early on. Then there's overconfidence. This one is subtle but very common.
A beginner watches a trader make money and subconsciously thinks, I understand this, or worse, I could do this. But understanding what someone did after the fact is not the same as being able to execute it yourself under pressure. A professional trader can take a loss and stay calm. A beginner takes the same loss and panics. A professional trader sizes appropriately. A beginner trades emotionally. The same setup feels completely different depending on experience. Live trading hides that difference. It makes everything look equal. And that leads beginners to trade too big too early. Another thing live trading almost never shows clearly is risk. You see entries and exits, but you don't truly see exposure. You don't see how much of the account is at risk. You don't feel the emotional weight of drawdowns. You don't experience the stress of holding through uncertainty. A trade that looks small on screen might represent a massive percentage of your account. Beginners try to replicate results without understanding risk, and that's how accounts get wiped. This problem exists in every market. In stocks, beginners chase breakouts they see live and buy the top. In crypto, volatility amplifies FOMO and emotional decision-making. In forex, leverage magnifies small mistakes into big losses. In options, beginners see big wins without understanding how fast losses happen. The market changes. Human psychology doesn't. Live trading magnifies psychological mistakes before beginners have the tools to manage them. And maybe the biggest long-term problem is dependency. Beginners who rely heavily on live trading often stop thinking for themselves. They wait for someone else to act. They wait for confirmation from a stream. They hesitate when the trader hesitates. They react, and reaction is the opposite of professional trading. Trading is not about copying decisions. It's about building decision-making ability. So what should beginners do instead? They should slow down. They should learn structure before execution. They should study charts without pressure. They should replay markets, journal mistakes, and understand risk deeply. They should paper trade before using real money. They should focus on consistency, not excitement. Trading is a skill, not entertainment. Watching live trading doesn't make you a trader. Understanding yourself does. The market is not a shortcut to fast money. It's a long process of discipline, patience, and self-control. You don't need to win every trade. You just need to stop making bad ones. And if this video helped you think more clearly about trading, then that clarity is worth more than any live trade you could copy.